Hey, how's it going, everyone? We're back again with another aftermath video from the latest Street Fighter V Major, Celtic Throwdown 2019, which was held in Ireland, I think.
Dublin, Ireland.
What's going on, Kwa?
Hey everyone, we're back at it again with another one of these vids. I don't even know what to call them. Aftermath vid, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So, if you guys missed out on our last, we did an aftermath video on Evo 2019. Like I said, my buddy Kwa here has some more free time here, do some videos with me, and has been keeping track of the CPT very closely. And we're going to do another in-depth breakdown of this latest tournament. Last time on Evo 2019 call, we talked more specifically about the top 8. This time we're going to kind of bounce around a little bit and talk about some of the players in the pools that didn't make it to top 8 this time around.
Yeah, some of the players today didn't showcase as much as I wanted to or wanted to see, especially compared to Evo. But this is just a premiere, so this is okay to slack on, I guess, for some of the players.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is a little like there was supposed to be a major before this, but with the
Yeah.
riots and all that stuff going down, so there's been a little bit of a drought between this and Evil, and plus we have the
Yeah.
3 new characters out too, so we didn't see as much craziness in the brackets as I hoped, but it was still like refreshing tournament to watch. The tournament ran pretty smoothly. There was some like internet outages and stuff, but that wasn't like the
Yeah, it
organizer's
wasn't a
fault,
deal
right? It was more of
breaker.
a venue
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
It's
So
tough to get a good venue.
yeah, it is. So I guess we should start with Bonchan, man. Another major, another Bonchan tournament.
Yeah.
Bonchan won first place. I'm not surprised, but also surprised just because of the insane dynasty he's got going on right now. But I guess the first thing is I'm curious on what the difference between Bonchan's caddying and Punk's caddying, right? Because we kind
Yeah.
of saw this weird comparison, especially in the top 8 or on the top 4, where Bonchan went against NL. It seemed pretty effortless compared to Punk, who struggled and then got third place ultimately. So I don't know. What do you think, Cole, after watching them?
Well, Bonchan, he plays more active than Punk. It seems like Punk, especially in the NL match, he wanted to defend a lot more against Akuma's mix-ups. But the thing is, if you let Akuma run his mix-ups and stuff on you, you're just gonna be pressured non-stop, right?
Yeah, it never ends.
It really never ends. At like one point, you got a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems bad just to say that because you got a challenge, but it's just how well, I don't want to say lack of a mechanics but since there's distinct lack of defensive mechanics in this game, you're gonna have to like start interrupting or trying to do something else while you're blocking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Bonchan does. So like when he played against NL, I noticed he was not challenging, but picking his spots perfectly
Mm-hmm.
between when he was playing against him because NL would always go for like maybe the low confirms with the medium kick or medium pressure with his medium punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Bonchan would always either choose to block or choose to press a button or choose to try to get out with backdash.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like Punk where Punk just sat there defending all the time.
Okay,
So
I see what you're saying.
and another thing too, I seen on actually that channel YouTube channel FGC Translated
Yeah.
that Bonchan always walks up and then blocks low because he noticed some people, not all players, they try to confirm based on the model hit. So the people like not Punk but NL I guess would look for the character's model and see if they get hit. Like if say like they'll be standing right, so he'll stick at the low medium and try to confirm that.
Yeah.
But Bonchan always walks forward and then blocks low immediately,
Right.
just in time for him to confuse NL to confirming his medium kicks.
Yeah. This is a really high level tactic. I want to like, kind of explain this myself too. Is that like players like Tokido, they look at the stun bar. That's like old school way to confirm something is look at the stun bar rather than looking at the player model. So there's a lot of players, especially like Kami players, for example, right?
Yeah,
Even Birdie players, there's a lot of characters that are like, for Kami, she'll stick out a crouching medium kick and they'll buffer into the cannon drill, right? And they're hoping that they'll walk into it, and if they do, then the cannon drill will come out and they'll get hit. And they don't have to worry about them blocking because usually when someone's walking forward, they're not blocking, right? Unless
yeah,
you're like Bonchan and you do it intentionally. It's kind of a high level thing. And I guess
hmm
Bonchan's noticing that a lot of players are just buffering. Like Akuma likes to do it too with crouching medium kick. And if you don't
yeah.
look at the stun bar, if you don't have the measuring tape, then you're gonna get destroyed for a block Tatsu with Akuma, right? And Bonchan abused
Yeah,
that a lot against NL, especially in the grand final.
Yeah, NL messed up a lot of his medium kick confirms because of that, and Bonchan just gets his meaty ass punish. Well, not meaty. Uh, his buff ass punish with Karen, which
Yeah.
carries to the corner, carries to okay, carries to whatever, because Karen's really strong that way, right?
Yeah.
And like what you were saying too, when Cammy needs to confirm her low forward into a cannon spike,
Uh-huh.
she just as a character, Cammy, that the very fact that she needs to do that makes her weaker than someone like Akuma or Karen, right?
Yeah.
Not even Akuma too, because Karen, when she gets her low forward and does her EX Senko whatever stuff, she gets OK after, right?
Right.
I don't know if it's real OK. Is it real OK off both back and normal recovery?
She has options, yeah. She just chooses which command dash she wants to do.
Right. So because of that, she's always in your face, and her buns are obnoxiously strong, right?
Right.
But Akuma and Kami, they have all they can really do off low medium kick, like for a guaranteed punish is either low medium kick into cat spike or low medium kick into Tatsu for Akuma, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get a lot of Oki or pressure just like Karen does, and
Yeah.
that's what sets them apart, right? Just wanted to mention that.
So, one thing too is that I noticed that Bonchan is getting more confident. Like he's starting to use Sagat a lot more. Like even though it's his secondary, he's supposed to use it for matchups that are like really in Sagat's favor, or
Hmm.
something that's just not favorable for Canning, like Abigail for example. But I noticed that he's using Sagat like, well, he always liked to use it against Akuma. He feels like that matchup's even, but he's
Yeah,
using it against, yeah, he used it against NL, beat NL with Sagat to put him in losers in the top eight.
yeah,
And he started to use Sagat against Rashid. I can't
yeah.
imagine Sagat is good against Rashid, but he's getting more confident, you know?
Yeah, I feel like he's using it more for a player matchup rather than a character matchup
Hmm.
specifically, because I don't want to say like people who started with Street Fighter Five are like noobs, but the whoever started with Street Fighter Five first, they're not gonna be used to that type of zoning and lane style of play. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like he would pull out Sagat first, I think usually, unless he knows Karen's gonna be a better matchup
Yeah.
for like against new players or even like top level players that aren't used to that, right? And he wants to see if they can handle it.
So
And
he's
if they can't
testing them.
handle yeah, he's testing them,
Hmm.
and it's good too because then like it kind of gets him into that mindset of like, okay, I gotta play more patient, I gotta choose my jumps and my routes more smart, right?
Hmm.
Like do a smarter job of doing it.
Hmm.
And once he gets him in that mindset, then he just pulls out Karen, and Karen's the complete opposite. She's just in your face off of one medium kick, and then you're taking all this pressure all of a sudden. You're like, oh wait, I gotta get my spacing right and stuff, right? It's like
Hmm.
a shock to the system.
Yeah. And like I said, even if he does lose the first like match with Sagat, he just switches to Canning and cleans up anyways.
Yeah.
So he's getting a lot more. Like a lot of people are talking about Bonchan's Canning right now, but I think he's also getting very proficient with Sagat, like very
Yes.
proficient. Yeah.
He's very like really intimate with Sagat as as erotic as that sounds.
Anything else you want to talk about Bonchan? Cool.
Mm, no, not right now.
We talked about this guy so many times, man. Like so many
Yeah.
times. I guess
He's just
I don't know.
he's just beasting right now.
He's
He's
like this is a big deal because Bonchan has now won 4 majors in a row. In a row, Qual. Like he won CEO, VS Fighting, Evil, and then now Celtic Throwdown. Like this is a crazy dynasty, crazy one because these are all majors, and
Yeah, so
I don't
can we
know.
look back at like the old Capcom Cup and like who was the favorite back then?
Well, there's a lot of dynasties, right? There's Punk's dynasty, Tokido's
Yeah,
dynasty. I think Knuckle had a short run. We had Infiltration.
yeah.
Um, there's been a
Like
lot, man.
it's weird because we have all these dynasty, but then like in the end, the player doesn't actually win Capcom Cup, right?
Right, Fujimura. It's yeah. Then we had
Yeah,
MenRD win. Like
yeah,
it is. That's true. It doesn't necessarily mean Capcom you win Capcom Cup, but Capcom Cup is a really different type of tournament than our usual tournaments because you know the matchups ahead of time and the players can
yeah.
study ahead of time. Whereas in
Give it a
pools, it's all
job.
about being consistent and your strength of your character really matters because of the
Hmm.
matchups.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Capcom Cup's a different beast of a tournament.
Yeah, right. But I
All
guess
right.
one last thing we should say about Bonchan is that he is now finally number one on the standings. Punk's been number one in the
Oh,
standings the
oh,
entire season.
oh, he beat Punk. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, and now Punk is finally at number two. Both these guys are almost at 4,000 points. There's players in like the
Jesus.
top 15 or top 10 that are not even at 500 points, Qual. That's how insane it is.
Yeah, it's really rough for these points.
Yeah,
Like
man.
I think they changed this year for the CPT for the points differently, right? Like you can't just win a regional or something.
Yeah.
So it's definitely harder and harder to grind that, especially with these two taking all the points.
Right, man.
I feel
Okay.
like they should maybe change it, but whatever.
No, well, they changed it like 3 times, man. I mean, there's nothing else they can
Yeah,
do. It's the best players are
just
gonna win. It's just how it is, man.
yeah, that's true.
It's just how it
Okay.
is. Okay, so the next player let's talk about is Punk. Let's definitely talk about Punk here. So another
Yeah.
caddying player. Um,
Yep.
Punk, he definitely had a very strong start at this season, like we just said. He basically had a little dynasty going. Like I said, he was #1 on the charts all the way up until now. Just insane amount of points and entered a lot of tournaments. But then Punk recently has been having some problems, some shortcomings in some of these brackets, and like in this tournament, Ryusei put Punk in the losers bracket pretty early in pools. It was a very close match though. Could have gone either way. But I don't know. I didn't really hear much from Punk except for when he played against NL. He said he hates Akuma on Twitter, but I mean everyone hates Akuma. He did mention that like because both him and Bonchan played against NL, he mentioned that Bonchan took a lot more risks versus Akuma,
Yeah.
and maybe
Yeah,
that's the
that's
way
kind
to
of what I
play the
meant.
matchup.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant because you can't take the pressure all the time, right?
Right.
Keep taking the pressure. Akuma's just keep taking. It's gonna keep taking his turns. He's gonna be plus a lot.
Yeah.
And if he's in your face, you can't really use your abusive normals as Karen.
Right. But I
And
feel like Punk like okay, even though the one big difference between him and Bonchan is Bonchan has side characters, whereas I mean Punk does have like Colleen for example, but he likes to exclusively use Cadine lately, right? And
yeah,
I didn't see any two matches he lost was like I said was Ryusei and L, and I mean
I think
the
he
Urian
uses
matchup's
Colleen,
not it's not
for
crazy.
Urian, yeah.
It's not crazy like
Yeah,
Abigail or something. So the other thing is that the Akuma matchup, Punk he knows the Akuma matchup very well, man. He's been the Tokido match has been one of the biggest favorite matches to watch. This Punk versus Tokido, and I'm sure he has done his homework on that matchup.
I think it's probably just a mental block maybe after that loss at Evo. It's
Mm-hmm.
just Akuma in general
Maybe.
because Tokido pretty much invented the tech for Akuma, right? So each Akuma player is gonna either like not copy but like adapt it and then put in their own style of play, and it's just as strong as Tokido would do it because it's Akuma, right?
Yeah.
So
I
maybe that's a
mean
mental block.
I when I watched Punk like this first match against Ryusei, like at the beginning, like Tokyo was playing perfectly, or not Tokyo, sorry, Punk was playing perfectly. It was like he literally looked unstoppable. Like when Punk's like on his A game, like he looks unstoppable. Everything's perfect. His confirms are perfect. He plays very I wouldn't say
Methodical.
honest, but like just perfectly. Yeah, this is the only way I can explain it. Punk kind of just sits there. He waits for him to whip a button, and then he punishes them, and he walks them down to the corner, right?
Yeah,
And
that's the
I
thing,
feel
though.
like once the match gets a little crazy, like they get into scrambles, that's where Punk has problems,
Yeah,
especially when he
I,
gets
I feel
Yuri.
I feel like when Punk plays against someone, he wants to be like, he wants them to be as honest as he is,
Hmm.
and give each other the same amount of respect. But then like in 355, it kind of doesn't work like that. You gotta give a certain amount of respect and take away a certain amount of respect, kind of like what Bonchan does.
Yeah,
Like I said, within like a person's strings, he'll be backlashing, signing buttons, or reversaling or something, right?
yeah,
Just stuff like that. Like Punk does it too, obviously, but like I feel like Punk needs to show off who the alpha is, and then like show how good his block is and show his dominance over the other person.
yeah, yeah. Like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe like when I see him play against some American players, you can see a lot of that confidence come out because he's trying to
Hmm.
showboat a little bit. But I think when he gets like plays against some like the Japanese players, some of the foreign players, it seems like he just gives them a little bit more respect. And
Yeah,
like when I saw him play against Daigo, he played against Daigo this tournament, and Daigo plays the way that I guess Punk would expect someone to want to play, right? Because Daigo plays a very kind of like tries to play a very honest kind of game too, right?
yeah,
And
Punk,
like
yeah,
Punk put him to a really bad throw loop and exploited that, because Daigo's been doing less like wake up flash kicks and stuff. We'll talk about that in a
yeah,
bit, but I feel like that's where Punk like the way his playstyle is right now, that's where it shines. But like you said, you kind of have to give and take a little bit.
Yeah, because he really respects Daigo, like who doesn't? But and
Yeah.
he learned a lot from Daigo. But so I can see why he can like get into Daigo's head because okay, this is what Daigo would do because this is what I would do as well, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know. Maybe because Bonchan had to go through all this hell with Nash, and he had to take so much risk. Maybe it transited fine to Kadeen.
it's true because after Nash got nerfed, he probably seen how weak Nash was and he had to do retaliation normals or wake up normals or
Right.
whatever to just to try to get out, right?
Right.
Because there's so much there's so much blocking you take as Nash.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, you're gonna have
But
to take some risk. Yeah.
but then like Punk, he does it kind of smart too. Like he does reversal on some block streets and stuff, but I find he uses V reversal a lot more than Bonchan
Mm.
because because like like I said, he loves to block and loves to show how strong his defense is.
Yeah.
But then as a part of his defense, he reversals a lot more because he wants to be put back in that neutral state, kind
Mm-hmm.
of like Infexious, and he rather risk the -2 than be pressured all these plus frames, which
Yeah.
is why I try to do a lot against NL as well.
Mm. I
And
Kadeen's view reversal is so strong, dude.
yeah, it is
It's really
actually.
good. Like a lot of the rushdown characters, like Cammy or Rashid, they don't
Yeah,
have, or Ken. Like these characters don't have knockdown view reversals like
which is
Kadeen does,
weird, yeah.
which is weird.
And like you can like as soon as they're in and then carrying carrying V reversals them, they're off, right? And then there goes their pressure. They have to have a risky gameplay to get back in, you know?
Right. Or she has you boxed in the corner, and then when they try to get out, she V reversals them still in the corner. Like you're in serious trouble, man. It's great damage still, right?
Yeah.
And a
I didn't
knockdown.
notice I didn't notice too though. When Punk is ahead, he'll V reversal a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
He really wants to get back in that neutral position. And then like when he's behind, he'll save it a little bit just for the V trigger.
Mm-hmm.
But like if he still has it or hasn't used his V trigger yet, and he gets a life lead back after being down, use V reversals again just to keep that life lead and like make them pressured to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that just shows you how often like he changes his game plan during mid match, and it's how I think how everyone should be thinking too.
Right.
Like okay, I shouldn't like most people go in with a game plan, right? Like I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and but like you shouldn't go in it like that for Street Fighter 5. You should be like, okay, I'm gonna go like this, and if this happens, I'm gonna change it up to play more defensively, or if I'm down, I gotta risk it for the biscuit, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know if we're sounding a little too harsh on Punk because he's still got third place, man, in the major.
Yeah,
Like he's
for
still
sure.
dominating, right?
I just feel like he should have won against. I think
I do
he
too.
showed too much respect.
I do too. I'm kind of happy he didn't win because then we didn't have to see a Caddy mirror match. but yeah, I do think that yeah, Punk is still can be consistent. I think he's still very strong, and he just has to
Yeah,
make certain adjustments, small
good
adjustments.
on good on LL for beating him and all
Yeah,
that.
it's
But
interesting though
like
because like I said, Bonchan has always been following Punk, learning caddying from Punk, and now
yeah,
maybe it's time for Punk to take a page and kind of learn some stuff from Bonchan.
student surpasses the master.
Yes, yes. So we'll see. But I'm sure Punk will still be very solid next major.
He's gonna be a huge contender for Capcom Cup for sure.
Oh, easily, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Before they nerf caddying to the ground. Anyways, okay. So next character or next player, Daigo. Daigo appeared.
Umehara.
I haven't seen Daigo play in a tournament in a while now. Daigo's been
Yeah,
I don't know how to
he's been
put this.
MIA.
A little in the hitbox Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? Daigo's been causing a lot of controversy lately with his joystick bans and stuff, and
The
I
thing
guess
is,
he's
like,
bored or something.
I don't know if he's bored or I think he's like I don't want to say it kind of like in a bad light, but he's trying to look for a cheap, not cheap way, but like a quick way to get his W's again, you know?
Okay.
I
That
know you
sounds
like
bad, no
playing
matter how you say it. It sounds so
I know.
bad, Cole.
I know, but like, okay, in the end, look who won. Bonchan. He's on stick,
Right.
so it doesn't matter what the hell you use.
Yes, of course.
Hitbox, pad, joystick doesn't matter. But like, I don't know why Daigo switched to this hitbox. Like, I can see certainly the advantages to it, especially watching some of the FGC translated videos of him. Like, he has the last minute Ume flash kick, right?
Yeah.
Where like you get Oki off of because like you do a sonic boom, he do it last minute and blah blah blah. Whatever. Everyone
Yeah.
knows that, right? And another thing too, he's really good with the dashing on hitbox, and just like it's faster charging too because you're hitting the button faster than you can do with the joystick, right?
Hitbox is particularly good with charged characters.
Yeah.
Particularly good. Yeah.
But the thing is, he's been using it, but I don't see that in his tournament play at all. It's
I mean,
weird.
I see Daigo dashing a lot more. He loves that dash, man.
He loves it, but
He loves not
do
wiggling before he dashes. I'm serious.
Yeah, it's really good because yeah, like I said, it's just the same thing with Bonchan trying to get you to confirm your low by blocking low for the last minute, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing with that. You can't see it in time.
That's right.
Visually, anyway. But like I said, like he does these Sonic Boom reversals or even like a combo. He does stand strong, crouch strong into EX Boom, which is fine, whatever. But I thought you can do flash kick, right?
You can.
Like he must think the Oki is definitely better, but
Yeah.
I don't see why he's just trying to save his meter and stuff. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a new game plan, but I don't think a hitbox is definitely not helping him. Not right now, anyway.
I mean, like, it's gonna take a while for him to fully master it, and I guess he says he loves that refreshing feel of learning something new, especially if in the long term it's going to help his game. But like you said, we're not seeing the results fast enough for sure.
Yeah, like if he wants to learn something new, I think he should learn a new character instead. Gao's not cutting it for him, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he understands that too because like Gao is on the low this season. Gao is one of the biggest declines of character picks this year after the nerfs to Gao. Like we used to have a lot of Gaos last year. There's a really big zoning meta with Minot and Gao. But yeah, we're not seeing as much as him. Like I mean, Gao is still a good character, but he's definitely not as nearly as good as he was last season. And I don't know, man. I like I said, I made sure that Daigo was using a hitbox stick. Like he's not using the extra left and right above the normals, but the joystick he's using the hitbox style directional buttons. I checked.
He's using Obsidian with the gamer finger buttons.
Yeah, pretty much.
So wild.
Another thing too is like I it's funny because Daigo he used to be very predictable with his wake up flash kicks. He's doing it so much, Like that's usually how he loses the match. Is that it always ends with a wake up EX flash kick and they blocks and he dies. And I used to always criticize that. It's always he does it way too much. But now, I'm saying he does it too little now. Now it seems like he's not doing it at all.
He's been reading Reddit. Everyone makes fun of him for it.
Yeah, I'm serious because now it feels like he's just getting bullied by like Rashid players and such. And he's not doing it.
Like he's visibly confused. Like he doesn't know what to do anymore. I guess. Like he doesn't know when to. I guess his risky style play doesn't pay off in this Street Fighter 5. I think.
Okay.
Because like before, if you think about traditionally, DPs have been very strong, and even though some of them have some iterations, those DPs have long recovery times. It's still fast enough to get away with sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
Especially like doing like something like a light DP back in like ST or Third Strike even. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But in Street Fighter 5, you get punished real hard. So he's either got to choose like a new character that can adapt to that style of gameplay, or just learn. Well, I guess it's harder to say than to do, which is learn a new style of gameplay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Hopefully, he can pull it back up.
Well, Daigo's still pretty good on the standings. He's like top 15. I'm sure he'll make it to Capcom Cup, but I feel like if Guile doesn't get a significant buff or some of the top tiers don't get significant nerfs, I'm pretty sure Daigo's going to reconsider to switch characters again. Because he was messing around with Zeku and such, Like, he was messing around.
Thing is, when he plays Zeku, I guess he's trying to learn young Zeku mainly, but he just switches to young Zeku just immediately instead of learning old Zeku.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think old Zeku would fit him more, but I guess he's just practicing young Zeku.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to talk about Daigo?
No, not right now.
Okay, let's talk about NL now. NL, I don't know, man. I don't have much to say because I don't see NL do this consistent, And he started off season 1 playing some Ryu, but he's definitely known for Cammy. He's definitely one of the best, if not the best Cammy player. And the thing about Cammy is that she got nerfed pretty hard. Pretty damn hard. Poor Cammy. I mean, she had it coming though, man. That one like buff she got in season 3, everyone was like, "Hey, what's going on here, Capcom?" I think she deserved it. I do still think Cammy's strong, but most Cammy players are like, "Nah, I'm not about this character anymore. You know, we have a lot of switches, and
Yeah.
NL doesn't mess around, dude. Like
Yeah,
he's
you
like, if
switch
I'm not gonna play
immediately.
Cammy, I'm going straight to the best character, and he's playing Akuma. And
Shout out to Sanford.
and I don't know. I think one thing I'll give NL credit for is that like he doesn't care like if the character's hard to learn or hard to master.
He'll
He
be able
just
to
wants
do
to
it for
play like
sure.
if Akuma's good, I'm gonna learn this character.
Yeah.
I gotta respect that. So,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Uh,
I don't know. You've been watching the footage, Qual. Can you tell me the difference between his Akuma? I can't really see it from
no,
Tokido's. Sorry.
I mean like Tokido, he has certain block strings he'd rather do, and there's some certain things NL would like to do too, right?
Yeah.
Like I see, Tokido likes doing stand strong, stand medium punch into red 5 NL likes doing stand medium kick. No big difference there, right?
Okay.
And he I think, but they both love stand jab into counter hit into medium kick into
Mhm.
red 5 as well, but because it's a safe box string, and if you get it, it's a knockdown, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't really tell the difference between his Akuma and anyone else's. Sorry to
Just
say,
another Akuma player.
just another Akuma player. Even when I play Akuma, he's doing the same thing.
Mhm.
Akuma is just so strong. He's that straight. He's
Mhm.
like literally like how Shoto should be in this game.
Okay.
But and then like Ken and Ryu don't exist, you know?
Yeah.
It's like why bother using those two when you could just use Akuma for
Mhm.
like 50 less health and way more options and better normals and a better fireball and an air fireball, by the
Mhm.
way. And he's got setups too. I mean, not to say Ryu and Kendo, but like he's got it set up into a zero frame super grab, you know?
But I mean,
And
there's
I
a
know,
lot of players that play Akuma,
yes, that's
and
true.
they're not doing well like NL just did. Like I said, this kind of NL kind of came out of nowhere here.
I
That's the
know it's
thing. We don't see
because like
him make it top 8 all the time with Akuma. This particular
yeah,
tournament's interesting.
when you play like Kami or Ryu, you gotta have good fundamentals. And
Okay.
if you bring those over to Akuma, already a character with a top tier, you're gonna see results for
Mhm.
sure. Because he has everything your old characters had,
Yeah,
and a little bit more.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. I
but
was just
you know,
trying to really find the difference, right? Because, like I said,
eh,
there is some Akuma players that are just not getting the success that NL just did with this tournament. I checked up NL's Twitter too, and
did you?
he said he was really happy, and he's gonna try to he said he lost, of course, but he's also happy with his performance since he got second.
Yeah.
Right?
Good. It's good because he hasn't uh done super well since
No,
like
he
he
hasn't.
last won that major, right?
He hasn't. No, but
So,
now he's on the standings now, because
well,
of
I hope
that.
he can. Yeah, I hope he can continue and like
Yeah,
proceed to Capcom Cupping eventually. Hopefully, get there, right? Is he what? Where's he on the standings? I don't even know.
I don't know. It's like it's not super high, but it's enough where he should be pretty confident he can get into Capcom Cup
Yeah, I hope he can, because you know, as a
because it
fellow
was a
Shoto
major.
player, I hope so. I, I hope he can make it.
Yeah, more Akuma players the better, if you ask me. And
Why? So he can get nerfed?
because I like I said, I watched like Haitani's Akuma, and he kind of plays in a little bit kind of like Nikali, where he's a little bit more methodical, a lot more methodical, walking down with
Yeah,
Akuma. There's like
yeah,
Takamaru's Akuma, where he plays a little crazier, a lot of wake up DPs, a lot of risk
mhm,
taking, right?
yeah,
But NL's just kind of somewhere in the middle, But
yeah. It's
you're
interesting
right.
because
His reaction time is really good though,
yeah,
as a Kami
and
player.
he's really good with the low forward confirms because of Kami experience, right?
It's true.
And he loves saving his V trigger for fireballs, even like just ground fireballs, because he activates does dash up hard hurricane kick instead of the Shoryuken for the Oki, right?
Hmm.
I mean, you still get Oki off hard hurricane kick regardless. It's not as good, but like what I seen him do is he does a lot of low forward fireballs regardless, just because he wants damage, right? Any free damage is fine for him,
Hmm.
and then he'll play solid from that point on. And usually, you know, it's a good game plan, especially for his skills and his reactions.
I just checked the standings out. NL's in 25th place.
Okay, good.
He's
That's
at
good.
565 points, so he's dancing around. I mean, like, he just needs to do well one more time, even if he
Yeah,
gets like like a top 3, then he'll be
yeah,
secured. He's a little on the scary side, but I think one more good performance. So he knows he's got the potential now to do it, right? He made the grand
yeah.
finals.
He's gotta stay focused.
Yeah, and
Stay
beating Punk was very impressive. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right,
Punk's
anything
gonna
else you
have
want to
to
talk about
really
NL?
search that. Nope, just another Akuma player would have made.
Okay.
Like
All
a
right.
lion's mane.
All right. Okay. Let's talk about Infectious again.
Yeah.
Because Infectious has been, like I said, really extremely consistent. Like, matchable
Hmm.
consistent. And
What place did he get? Sorry.
I don't know. He's top 8 again.
Yeah, top 8 again.
Top 8
Which is
again.
very
I mean, he's
impressive.
always been top 8. He's always there. He didn't do, like, super well this tournament. But I think
No.
there's some things holding him back. And one thing is, I really don't like the fact that he uses V-Trigger 2 with Zeku. I feel like... I mean, I'm just a scrub, right? But I feel
Yeah.
like that's what's holding him back, man. I feel like V-Trigger 2 is so doo-doo, and I feel like the only reason he uses it is because he wants to express himself. And he wants to be original.
Maybe. But I mean, if he can get that far using feature, that's a testament to what the fuck he's trying to do, right?
Right. I mean,
And another
oh,
thing,
it's so bad though, Kawhi. Every time he lands it, I cringe. Like, yeah, you get a side switch. Like he sometimes he was stuck in the corner. He'll confirm it. He's like, oh, he gets a little side switch. It just does no damage. It doesn't convert into super. I mean, V Trigger 1 is not an insanely good V Trigger, but it's
he
way
goes
better than
through
V Trigger
something.
2.
I think he wants to use V-Trigger 2. This is just a guess on my part, but
Okay.
I feel like if he were to use V-Trigger 1, he would put himself a lot more risks with that, you know? Because
Okay.
when you get that, it's invincible, you know, right?
Okay.
It can go through some things, so like you're looking for that a little bit more,
Yeah.
or looking for opportunity to land that V-Trigger 1. And then like for V-Trigger 2, all you need to look for is the anti-air, and then you can focus on the other game. But with V-Trigger 1, that's just adding another extra layer that you don't really need to think about during mid-match, because he's already doing that with old Zeku. He's spacing his grams and spacing his anti-airs and stuff,
Right.
right? So if he has that V-Trigger 1, he's gonna be like, oh, I gotta do this too to, land a hit or land a
Infex is a
super.
big boy. I'm sure he can handle it, man. He's really, really
Right?
good with Zeku.
No, I think like, cause like even when you watch him play, he's always he's always like waiting back there, just spacing himself, right?
Right.
He is the patient type, so I don't think he wants that to rush him. That's just my guess.
V-Trigger 1 gives you free slides, man. Free slides
Yeah,
with Young
but
Zeku.
maybe he doesn't want to play like that. Maybe play like a what's the word? What's a nice word for that?
I don't know, man. Dude, he is a very talented player, and he's doing very well. Top 8 every single tournament ever since he got sponsored, and he's entering a lot more tournaments. But I'm telling you, man, he needs to kind of look at everything and see how to take it to the next level. And I'm telling you, V-Trigger 2 is holding him back. I don't care how much you guys try to convince me V-Trigger 2 is good. It's not. It's
It's
doo-doo.
just it's just him as a player though. He is like the fundamentalist Zeku where like he'll make you wait forever and like chip you away to his gram, and when you're least expecting it, he'll jump on your ass and you'll be like, whoa, what the fuck, he jumped, and then
Yeah,
he's in you already, right?
yeah. He was using one thing I don't think we mentioned this when we were talking about him during Evo 2019, but I feel like Infectious got the best old Zeku. So a lot of
Yeah,
Zeku players, the best ones, right? Like Angry Bird,
yeah,
they prefer young Zeku. They're mostly in
yeah,
young Zeku form, whereas Infectious is mostly in old Zeku form, and like you
yeah,
said, zoning and playing methodical, right?
yeah,
So it is interesting, and that's one really cool thing about Zeku is that he's one of those characters that really allows you to be distinct from other players, right? Whereas like in Akuma, we're like, hey, how does he play different, you know? But Zeku,
oh
you
yeah,
can tell, man. You can definitely tell. You don't need no V trigger too.
yeah. I honestly see him only switch to behind, and he needs to make that comeback. He kind of he's like, okay, fuck this, I gotta win.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
switches, right?
He's he's doing a lot more
Which
baby demons, or it's not baby demon flips. A lot
maybe,
more. A lot
yeah.
more, dude. Yeah.
Like I said before in the old video, I'm like, how is he able to get away with this? And then
Yeah.
when I watched him in Celtic Throwdown, I'm like, okay, that's how he kind of does it, because his patience is so strong, and because of that, like he will sit there for like 50 seconds straight, and then he'll jump maybe, or
Mhm.
wait like 10 seconds, and then just throw you off. He's really good
Mhm.
at that. Like I want to. He's like truly the next Daigo. He's like Daigo's successor, spiritual successor.
Okay.
Every
I
time see him play, he kind of plays like Daigo does back in the day, like when he played like ST and stuff, or like Go
okay.
games. He played real patient, and when he was in, he explode. And like I remember Daigo was just love to troll everyone by using his patience, right? Because
Right.
everyone would like, why is this guy playing so like a turtle, right?
Yeah.
Like why is this guy turning so hard? And I don't know if Infectious plays like a turtle, but he definitely is strong in that aspect.
I feel like the whole stone face thing with Infectious. I don't like. At first, I thought it was kind of a front maybe, but it's not.
Yeah.
He really is zen when he's playing. You can tell he really is focused and he doesn't tilt easily. There's a lot of
Yeah.
times where like a pro will mess up on something, like they'll drop a super or they'll drop a combo, and you can tell. Even Daigo does the kind of the head
The
tilt.
not the head
He does the
tilts.
head
Oh.
tilt. You know, I see it.
He
The
didn't use
bobblehead.
he didn't used to do that, Daigo.
He
See, he's
didn't
showing
used to
it in
do that.
motion. He's showing it in motion. That's what makes him weak. And now Infectious. See, he's not showing any motion.
Yeah.
He's getting top 8. Where's Daigo? He's not top 8.
Right. Right. So like he. So I don't know. Yeah, but I think when Infectious, if he ever messes up on something and he has the stone face after the match, I really do think he's thinking about what the next thing planned to do. I think he really is focused.
Yeah, he is definitely focused. And even if he like is tilted, it's good because he doesn't show it, right? And
Yeah.
there's some way your opponent can pick up on that.
It'll
Like
be a
someone
bigger
like
deal. Yeah.
someone like Infiltration, they'll definitely show like their frustration with a drop or something.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It's getting
Right.
intense, man. These players are
Yeah.
getting intense, dude.
The
Anything
young
else to
ones
talk
are
about
getting
Infectious?
No, not really.
I'm just happy he's performing well. I like seeing him in tournaments.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, he's a new Daigo, and I'm the biggest fan of Daigo. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's good to have a successor. He's sponsored by Cygames Beast too, I think.
Yeah, he is. He is. So,
Yeah.
it's great.
Daigo must have seen it himself in him.
Yes. Yes, I think so too. Okay. Finally, let's talk about Sako.
Sako.
Sako. Sako.
I think it's not that he's washed or anything, because like he's definitely still good. But
Yeah.
I think he's spending more time on the 3 new characters too much, and he's not focusing on his original game plan. But I think he's fine for Capcom Cup in terms of CPT points.
I'm pretty sure he's fine. I can check the standings in a bit here, but yeah, the main thing I want to talk about Sako is because he's the first one to actually like try one of these new characters in a major setting and do very well with them.
Yeah.
So he was using he's using Lucia for Rashid matchups. I'm going to assume Manat doesn't do very well against Rashid. Especially after the nerfs. But yeah, he's using Lucia, and man, he's doing really well, Lucia. I mean, the majority of the Twiddle echo chamber and the YouTubers that know all, such as myself, we've all said that Lucia is the strongest of the 3, and it looks like that is the case. Like, I mean, she is very CPT ready. I'm very impressed with Sako's Lucia.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's like I said, like in the other aftermath video, there yet. He's not used to the character. He's not used to being pressured with her and like not knowing what to do really on defense.
Okay. Yeah, his anti-airing was really poor.
Oh yeah.
It was to the point where like I was like, even the commentators were like trying to figure out why. They're like, is he trying to low profile the jumping attacks? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, no, you just can't anti-air. Like, that's...
He just can't do it in time. He's not used to it yet.
Yeah. He started getting the hang of it a little bit at the end, but yeah, I mean, Lucia's got some of the best anti-airs too, by the way. Like, her DP is insane.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, it's insane. But like, his pressure has been good. Like, every time he lands a hit with Lucia, he always changes up his pressure game, being very unpredictable. He also tried doing some of the run stop shoulder mix-ups as well, taking some risk taking there, and for the most part he was very successful with it, and he lands that V-trigger 2 very consistently. I think his Lucia is really good.
Is it successful because like is it successful because like people don't know about it yet, or like
I didn't seem like it, man.
It's actually a good tool, It
didn't seem like everything that he did that was punishable, for the most part he got punished for it, like a blocked V skill or a -6 shoulder. And another thing too is like he would when he would go for the run stop, and he used the EX run a lot because you're only -1 when you cancel it from crouching heavy punch with Lucia.
All right.
And he's been trying to catch them too, but I guess like someone who's not used to Lucia matchup, you would notice that when she does run stops a lot, that they're not pressing any buttons because they don't see it coming because they don't know what's going on. You kind of want people to know the Lucia matchup so you can get away with the run shoulder. Like, that's the whole point, is you want them to start pressing buttons. But we didn't see too much Lucia. Like, he just used it against Rashid mostly. Like, he was still using Manat.
Yeah, you can tell too, like he wasn't used to Lucia because like I guess it was a match against Moke, I think, and he
Yeah.
did her EX5 or whatever, and Moke just EX eco spiked out of it. He knew right away. Okay, you can't do that against me.
Right.
When
Right.
when I have this, right? And Sako probably himself didn't know that. It's like, oh shit. Well, I better
Like he
remember
got away
that
with
for next
one
time.
gimmick, which was like he went sweep into V trigger 2. You use V trigger 2 to make the sweep safe. But and there's a really big gap in between, so they think they're gonna punish you because you did a sweep, and then you get hit by the V trigger 2. He got away with that like once or twice, which is really gimmicky. But I mean, that's about it. I didn't really see anything that are like, man, they don't know the matchup at all. I'm sure everyone messed around with Lucia, man, when she came out. She was super popular. Everyone did.
Well, at least he was able to bring it to a high level, at least, you know.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what you really want with a new character, is to see if you can bring that character to a high level and see if they can compete with the already top tiers.
Yeah, yeah, and like Sako was very confident that Lucia was CPT ready when he first tried her out. So, and it seems that's the case. So
Good.
I'm glad.
I can't wait to see the tech.
But yeah, I guess you're right. It's gonna slow down his Menot a little bit, but
yeah, like you can see, like he hits all his characters, but because he has been playing as consistently with just one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna make like execution errors or muscle memory errors, and he's an old guy too, right? So he can't remember everything.
I'm looking for his name here. He's in 15th place on the standings.
Oh, so he's in CPT.
He's fine.
No problem. Yeah,
He's
totally
fine. He can mess around with a few characters.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much our final thoughts on the players I want to talk to in particular. Unfortunately, Tokyo did not attend. But Tokyo's he's getting a little weird too, man. He's apparently learning some M Bison for the Rashid matchup. What's that about? Like,
Bison is really strong, as you can see by Problem X.
yeah.
And I guess after losing to Problem X,
you got traumatized.
Really, not Well, I guess he did get traumatized, kind of like how Punk did. But
why
like,
didn't Tokyo start learning Birdie then? You know? Well, what's going on? Well, actually, if we go back to E3, Birdie was Tokido's first character actually. Back in the alpha.
I feel like Birdie was just old, and like he didn't really need to lab it as much. But like when you see how he lost in Capcom Cup, it was a lot of dashes that Problem X got away with.
Okay.
And Problem X knew about it too. That's why he kept doing it to Tokido.
Right.
So Tokido I guess he needs to figure out more weaknesses of Bison so he can prepare for the matchup. And then he was like, hey, Bison's pretty good, I guess.
Well, I don't know. Problem X was playing out of his mind, though, dude. He anti-aired Tokido so hard those medium punches in that grand final. He was playing at the absolute maximum level.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy, though. Like, Tokido is such a Akuma loyalist, and I don't blame him. But it is very interesting to me that Tokido, of all the Akuma players who needs a side character, the best Akuma player is like, hey, man, maybe I should learn M Bison for this one specific matchup against Rashid. I don't know, man.
I don't know, because like Akuma is weak too, in a sense, like weak, like stun and health wise too, right? So having a tougher character like Bison or even Birdie will like make up for the mistakes, especially in some matchups where probably Akuma just loses in an instant, like maybe against Karen or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Karen would not be able to stun Bison as easily, or maybe she could. I don't know, it's Karen. You know what I mean? Or like
he could use Bison against the Kami matchup too.
Well, yeah, that too. So
maybe he'll really like the character. I don't know.
Just anyone that can like get through Akuma's like fireballs or even like his demon flip setups, you know?
Yeah.
Or someone who has an easy answer to it.
Oh, that's so weird, man. I want to see Tokido
like,
play again, like soon.
Me too.
I can't believe it wasn't a Celtic Throwdown. I want to see him play again soon. I want to see him use M Bison so I can have a laugh. He's probably gonna lose the first match and then he's gonna switch to Akuma and then win. That's what I think is gonna happen.
He's gonna lose with Akuma in winners, and then he's gonna win the whole tournament and lose with Bison.
Another player too. Before we go is Storm Kubo, man. What the hell? He says he's gonna switch to Honda. He was doing all the Honda poses at Evo because he's so hype. Enters the tournament, doesn't even use Honda. Just uses Abigail and loses. What's up with that?
He needs someone to lab Monster Dash stuff.
Oh, come on, man. I've been watching Kubo play Honda. He's ready to go, okay? He's ready to go. I don't know why the hell he's using Abigail.
I don't know. What does Honda bring to the table like Lucia does?
Excitement? Excitement? I mean, if you're going to get away with Honda, you might as well use it now. You know, in the major. You got to try it now, dude. You can't just wait. Storm Kubo doesn't have very many points, dude. Him and
Yeah, I was about
Yukabashi,
to
dude, they're
say.
not doing good. You gotta go
Yeah,
crazy.
like he's actually gotta pull out, save this stuff for national. You know, he
There
needs
ain't
that
gonna
stuff
be
now.
no nationals, bro. That's my point. They have
Yeah,
no
yeah, he's not gonna
points.
make it.
They have no points, dude. Okay. Sako tried Lucia. It's working out well. Come on, Kubo. Get on that Honda.
Get on the Honda and
Get
drop
on that
Abigail.
Honda. All right.
Actually, you just keep Abigail. Honda and Abigail. I don't know if Honda and Abigail is a good mix of characters. You know.
I don't know. I mean, not as crazy as season 3. That's for damn sure. But
Yeah,
I don't
sounds
know.
crazy.
The grappler players are not doing so hot. They're not doing so hot. I mean, there's
Yeah.
Fudo using Mika, but like he uses Birdie too. You know.
Fudo hasn't been doing that great either. I think, right?
Yeah. There's Idom,
Yeah.
but like Idom's not even sponsored. We only saw him at Evo. It's just
Yeah.
there's not too many, dude.
Everyone hates grapplers, man. It's just
Yeah.
not the way it is.
Lucia's
I just
not
want
doing
them
so
nerfed.
well either. I don't know. It's just not the season of grapplers. That's for damn sure. It's
Yeah,
weird.
Street Fighter is definitely a game where if your character is good that season, you're gonna be having a good time.
What about Rashid? What do you think about Rashid lately? Rashid is the highest picked character right now. He's all over
Rashid
the
is
place.
I say he's top 3 for sure. Not like him, Karen, and Akuma. No Buki. Buki's not top 3. It's top 3
You're
anymore.
crazy. You're
You're
crazy.
crazy.
I don't know what you're on. You're crazy.
Dude, what are you
Canning's got
talking
bad
about?
matchups. Ibuki doesn't. You're nuts.
Buki has bad matchups. What are you talking about?
Name one bad matchup, and don't say Birdie.
Akuma and Birdie.
I don't know.
And Karen.
I don't know. That still sounds less than Canning, dude. Still sounds less.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Buki's still good, but Rashid is probably better because he doesn't need the kunais for one to do his plus stuff, and he doesn't rely on his V trigger as much. I think.
It could be an odd coincidence too, though, Qual, because all these Rashid players have always been Rashid players.
Yeah,
I mean, there's Big Bird. He used to play Ken. That's about it, though. Like,
yeah.
all these guys
But
played
then-
Rashid this whole time. So I don't know, man.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I definitely feel Rashid is definitely better than Ibuki right now.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Because like the only one that can showcase Ibuki is Fujimura, right?
What about Shin?
Shen, I don't know. I haven't seen Shen in a tournament in a while.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll see next tournament. When is the next tournament? What is the next tournament?
Well, there's this one tournament come up, but I think it's a drug front, so I don't know. I don't even know if anyone's going to enter it, so we'll see.
You mean the Asia one?
Yeah, it's starting next week. The final fight is China, dude. It was the PC tournament last year. I could make a whole video about that tournament, dude. It's such a blow up.
That was a really bad tournament.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know if anyone's gonna enter it, but it's coming right away next week. So if people do somehow enter it, and then somehow it's ran on PC and it's fine, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe Shohei will win it. Okay, let's close this up, Qual. This has been going on for a bit. Guys, let us know what you guys think about Celtic Throwdown. What do you guys think about Bonchan and his crazy dynasty right now? Is Bonchan one of the strongest players of all time in Street Fighter V now? You guys think Punk is washed? Is Tokyo ducking tournaments and using Bison as an excuse? Is NL the best Akuma in the world? Is Sako washed up? I don't know. Let us know, guys. And
washed?
Well, let's do some. Let's do some match breakdowns, Qua. Let's do some match breakdowns. There's some matches I really want to talk about this tournament. So if there's a match in particular you guys really want us to break down, maybe let us know in the comments. And
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go more in depth with that. Try out some different things.
I like watching those matches and analyzing them. What did he press at this moment in time and why? You know.
Yeah.
It's fun to guess.
All right, guys. Make sure to like the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel, even though it doesn't do anything. And, yeah, we'll be back again with another more in-depth video. So, take care, everyone.
Yeah, see ya.